In 1973, the U.S. Supreme Court legalized abortion nationwide. The decision is called Roe versus Wade, and those who defend it are known as RoeBots. This is how they think.
It is not the anti-abortion movement's place to judge women who want to have abortions. God gave each one of us free will.
Well, first off, the pro-life movement is not judging women who submit to abortions. We are simply trying to keep their children from being murdered. Secondly, I challenge anyone to show me in Scripture where free will requires us to stand around with our hands in our pockets while helpless babies are being butchered by the millions. But for those who think that killing the unborn does fall under the heading of free will, my question is whether they apply this standard across the board. I mean, does the pro-choice community take the same position when a man is on trial for killing his wife? Do they say we have no right to judge him? After all, didn't God give him free will too? Look, if we were to apply this perverted interpretation of free will consistently, then we'd have to do away with all of our laws. The reality is, this whole line of reasoning is nonsense. But what it does do is illustrate the self-serving hypocrisy of the pro-choice mindset. Whether you're talking about the people who financially profit from abortion, or the people who defend its legalization, or the people who look the other way to it, the one thing they all have in common is that they are already born. That means they can afford to be real open-minded about this particular form of murder, since they can never be a part of the group that's being murdered. You can bet the family farm that if they could be transported back into their mother's wombs, their views on the relationship between abortion and free will would suddenly be quite different. The one thing to remember is that the defense of legalized abortion has always been and will always be rooted in arrogance and selfishness. It is the born saying to the unborn, "Your lives are not as important as ours, and we are more powerful than you. That means we will decide whether you get to live in our world or not." What it comes down to is that the pro-choice position is the ultimate expression of might makes right, and that has nothing to do with free will.